We work for a company called Logbar, and we developed the world's first portable offline translation device called Ili. And I'm the vice president, and she's the marketing manager. My name is Ito Natsumi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And so how it works is pretty simple. All you need to do is press a button, speak into it. こんにちは。
Hello.
本日はお会いできて嬉しいです。
I'm glad to meet you today.
Yes.
Very impressive.
Yeah, so beauty of the thing is it doesn't require any internet connection. So even though you're going to, you're in airplanes, you're in mountain, you're in subway, you don't have to worry about internet connection. You can use anywhere you want. And also it's travel focused. So it focuses on travel situations like dining, shopping, asking directions. So whenever you need to use in travel situation, it's really, really accurate than other existing translation apps. We have different versions. The main one is this English translator, and it can understand English and you can translate into Japanese, Chinese, and Spanish. We get a lot of questions like why it's one way, and we actually tested, and most of the cases, travelers said one way is actually enough. Mm-hmm. Because most of the travel situations, what you say is what you want people to do. For example, can you turn off the air conditioner? Or my shower is broken. Can you please fix this? Or please give me recommended menu. Or please give me Japanese menu. And all interactions can be done by one phrase. So most of the cases, even though we give them one-way version, two-way version, most of the cases they use one-way version. So in traveling especially, one way is enough. That's our conclusion, I think. So we can't say how many words at the moment, but what we do is we let the software library learn tens of thousands of phrases that are related to traveling. So the language, the phrases it can learn will be more and more in the future. That means it can translate more phrases, but we can't really say the number. The next step will be expanding the use case. And we are getting a lot of inquiries from medical institutions, airline companies, retail stores, and they're always looking for solutions for their language barriers. So, and what we did in travel library, which is removing all unnecessary words and adding all necessary words, is applicable for any other industries, such as medical. So it's really possible to expand the field, and that's where we are going to. We sell this device in Japan, US, UK, Australia, Korea, Taiwan, China, Hong Kong, and we were also selling in Singapore and Malaysia. So this product is universal, and that's what makes products very special, because it's really easy to use, and I mean, if you speak your language, you can use it. So if at the moment what we have is English, Japanese, Chinese input, and Korean input, but if we have more languages, of course the user base will grow more. The interaction itself that it's created by Ili is already different from the interaction before, right? Because if we talk through the device, I mean, we are creating the communication that couldn't happen before. I was in China, and of course I can't speak Chinese, and they are not. I tried to speak to them in English, and I tried to ask questions, but they didn't even try. Okay. But then I used this device and asked the direction, and they're like, oh my god, they're immediately happy because I tried to speak their languages, even though by using the device. So it was kind of weird connection was made at that moment, and that couldn't happen without this device. So that's the human interaction that we're creating right now. You don't have to speak Chinese, for example. If you're in China, you can do maybe gestures, but using their languages, they try to speak with them try to like connect with locals. That's where like human connection happens, and that's the value that we want to create. What we can change is two things. One thing is we can encourage people who have been to abroad, who have never been to abroad, to go to abroad. So for example, my mom, she has been to abroad, but she is afraid of going abroad, of course, by herself, because she doesn't speak English and she doesn't know what to do when something happens, so she's scared. But after we developed this product, she got this and she actually went to Hong Kong by herself. And it was really, really impressive. And I want that things to happen to everyone, because a lot of people in Japan or even in the United States are afraid of going abroad because of language barrier. Actually, 20% of people Booking.com, we conducted the research with Booking.com, and 28% of people feels that language barrier is actually holding them back for planning a trip. So it's really, the data shows that language barrier is preventing people from going abroad. So our device is definitely helpful for those people to go abroad. And another thing is, even though you go abroad, you were so scared to talk to people, right? I mean, when I was in China, I was so scared to talk with Chinese people because I knew that they're not gonna respond in English. But by using this device, you can have the courage to speak with them and like try to interact with them and like experience something that unexpected. We've been sending a lot of review requests, for example, Japanese people. We had the fear that maybe they're not going to use it because they're afraid or scared or pretty shy. But actually they use it because, and at the end, in their core heart, they want to speak. That's why they got it, right? So they kind of use it. They try it, and then most of the time, the people who you're speaking to react really, really well. Like, oh my God, what's this device? I have never seen, but it's great. Like, why you have it? Like, and conversation starts, and then our customers get really, really happy by using this device. So afterwards, this shyness just disappears, and they start using really more often. So even though they're shy, the product is attractive enough to make the conversation happen. So fortunately it's going well. The people will know this device more and more. That means they will react, oh, this is Ili, right? Come on, talk to me. So the reaction will change, but it still works. So that's what we are seeing in the next 10 years or 2 years, 3 years. So what we have done with Booking.com is becoming one of the biggest travel company in the world. And they wanted to partner with us because they believed that this device will actually encourage people to go abroad, right? So, and we are now trying to partner with a lot of companies like business travel industry or airline companies, rental Wi-Fi company, hotels. So as they use this device, as maybe renting the device to customers or using this as a customer service by staff, you can create more meaningful communication. You can have less trouble, and you can have better interaction overall. So I think I'm from this company, so I highly recommend to use this device. But I mean, it's useful for any travel industry, I feel. After we did the PR campaign, we had a lot of inquiries from different companies like hotels, airlines. So they're seeing this trend coming.